In a world driven by masks, manipulation, and self-interest, the philosophies of Niccolò Machiavelli offer a brutal but clarifying lens through which to view loyalty, trust, and power.
This video, inspired by his worldview, explores a deeply unsettling but liberating truth. No one is your friend in the way you wish them to be.
But in embracing this truth lies the foundation for true strength. The myth of loyalty. We are taught that loyalty is unconditional, a virtue to be treasured. But Machiavelli saw loyalty not as a noble quality, but a transaction, a temporary alliance rooted in utility, fear, or mutual benefit. People align with you emotionally, professionally, or romantically because they derive something from the association. The moment that need fades, so does their allegiance. This isn't cynicism, it's realism. Loyalty, when stripped of illusions, becomes a fluctuating currency. Machiavelli famously warned rulers not to trust the affection of allies or subjects. The same applies to our friendships, partnerships, and even romantic ties. What appears as devotion may simply be a reflection of how useful we are to others. From betrayal to clarity, betrayal doesn't always come as a dramatic knife in the back. Often, it's a slow drift, a quiet withdrawal, a loss of presence. People stop calling when your influence declines or when your growth makes them uncomfortable. The sting of betrayal comes not from strangers but from those closest to us, the ones who once clapped the loudest. Rather than wallowing in the pain, Machiavelli's doctrine advises us to use betrayal as fuel for strategic detachment. You begin to ask not, "Why did they hurt me?" but "Why were they ever close to me?" This shift in mindset transforms disappointment into power. Weaponizing kindness, modern society romanticizes kindness. But unguarded kindness, Machiavelli warns, is often mistaken for weakness. People test boundaries. If you always say yes, never push back, or constantly give without receiving, you become not noble, but predictable, exploitable. This doesn't mean one must abandon kindness. Instead, kindness should be selective, strategic, and reciprocated. You help those who value your help, give to those who earn it, and speak softly. But always keep your silence sharp enough to wound when needed. This calibrated kindness is not cruelty, it's protection. The fallacy of unconditional trust. Machiavelli's teachings emphasize the importance of viewing trust as a double-edged sword. It should be offered rarely and guarded fiercely. Trust should be based on consistency, proven loyalty, and aligned interests, not on feelings alone. To trust blindly is to expose your vulnerabilities. Every confession becomes ammunition. Every emotional unveiling can be weaponized. Instead, power comes from discernment, knowing who has earned your trust and who merely performs for it. Power is solitary, and that's a strength. As your strength grows, so too does your isolation. People who once celebrated your success may grow silent or resentful. Your rise reminds them of their stagnation. Your clarity, independence, and refusal to beg or conform become threats. But this isolation is not punishment. It is sacred. It is the space where you discover you are enough. Sovereignty begins where need ends. When you no longer require applause, validation, or approval, you become ungovernable. True power, Machiavelli suggests, does not lie in popularity. It lies in presence. A presence that doesn't flinch. A presence that sees through manipulation. A presence that can stand alone and still influence the world. Independence over illusion. Most relationships are rooted in mutual need. Take away that need and the relationship often dissolves. The person who remains, after your power wanes, after your usefulness fades, is the rarest of allies. But don't base your strategy on their loyalty. Base it on your independence. The more sovereign you become, the more dangerous you appear. Not because you threaten others directly, but because they can no longer control you. Your strength becomes a mirror reflecting their insecurities. Your clarity strips away their illusions. Conclusion: Machiavelli's lessons are not a call to become heartless or manipulative. They are a call to remove the blindfold, to see the world not as we wish it were, but as it truly is. This path demands sacrifice, of illusion, dependency, and naive hope. But what it gives in return is far more valuable: clarity, strategy, and personal sovereignty. Trust becomes calculated. Kindness becomes earned. Power becomes silent, not shouted. And through this transformation, you don't just survive betrayal, you thrive because of it. In the words of Machiavelli, Be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to scare wolves. See people clearly, move with purpose, and most importantly, guard your mind, your power, and your heart as the most precious kingdoms you possess.